It's garden time. As you can see, the onions reseeded themselves, or we didn't get them all out last winter, and they're they're ready to seed again. I don't know what we're gonna do with those. We might just pull them up, chop the seeds off the top, make a lot of chives and dry them out.
What I was thinking is we should get all the weeds out of here, pull out all the onions, and then use the seeds and just reseed them.
You want that to just all be onions? This is, what is this?
Celery.
Celery? That doesn't look like celery.
Yeah, this is celery.
Is that celery?
See, look. That's celery.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. All right, but we can leave that. That's going to seed too, though.
Well, we can just eat it.
Okay.
Dry it and put it in soups.
So we're going to start knocking the weeds out. We're going to put you on a time lapse and some fun music here and see how far we get. We're going to give it an hour or so. I think with the two of us working on it, we can get most of these beds cleaned out and most of the weeds out of here, because this is just gravel, and the hula hoe goes right under that gravel and just cuts those roots real easy. Jamie's got chicken treats. Is that what you got there?
No, these are our year-old beets. I'm not eating them.
You're not going to eat those year-old beets, huh? The apple trees are looking good. Those two with the flowers on them in the middle are Honeycrisp. And then the peaches have some blossoms on them too. The peaches are on the bookends there. All right, Jamie, what do you think? Are we in gardening shape?
No.
It's
But
been a long winter.
I feel like in an hour we did a third.
Let me come stand over here in the corner so you can appreciate it.
So I think by the end of the week, if we take 2 more hours this week, we'll get it done.
Yep, so we just got to go down the sides, finish the middle, and a couple beds. These beds are, this is what you're going to see when we're done.
Well, we'll probably take a shovel and turn them and maybe put a little fertilizer in them, but...
Yeah. This grass is the hardest part right here. It just grew right on over from the grass right under the fence. So we're going to get that out because we're thinking we're going to grow big, tall sunflowers along here this year.
Yeah, they're weeds, so they'll hold back the grass.
Yeah, they can handle the grass.
We can duke it out and see which one's more aggressive.
Oh, he's got a scoop of dirt. All right, let's see if you can lift it up. Okay, go dump it right over here. Go, remember to go slow. All right, dump it out. Nope. There you go. All right, lift it up higher. Get another scoop. Get another scoop. Go slow. Oh, you're gonna go for the whole stump? You think that tractor's got that, huh? I don't think you can pull that stump out yet. You gotta dig more dirt around. All right, we got a couple of trees removed. You can't tell because of the glare, but Jamie's in there. She's gonna start pushing dirt level. And then we're gonna start moving this pile here over now that we got these trees out. I was pretty surprised by that loader. I was able to just get up underneath, break a couple roots, and push these 2 big trees right on out of here. All right, that's a pretty good scoop there. Start lifting up. Oh, she curled too much. That's all right. She'll learn. I'm gonna start chopping this tree down and moving it. You won't see that because I can't film. Show her how to do the tractor and cut the tree down at the same time. Just know it's happening. All right, then just have her just right there along the edge. Look at that view. That's why we're putting a little shed situation here. Not the biggest scoop, but we'll take it. Right there, got a little hole that we got to fill in where that tree was. Let's see if she can remember which one's dumb. This pine tree here is gonna have to go. It did not make it.
So we're back in the garden working on the second and third of it. Zeb says he's gonna finish it all. I've only got about an hour. The day I do kid stuff, but he's digging it out. Times your tools don't work and you gotta get your hands in there. So we've got gloves. I've got my little shovel. It's amazing how well weeds grow. I guess that's why they're weeds, because they're persistent.
Man, look at this thing.
What is that, alfalfa?
No, it's like got little pokies on it.
Oh. You need gloves? Oh my gosh. I think that when you do that, you're gonna have like a thing to the other side of the world, right? Like when you pull it out, you're gonna be able to say hi to somebody. Look at the weeds on that.
The roots?
Or the roots. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna put the phone down and I'm actually gonna help.
Okay. All right, I got them all whacked out of there. Now Jamie comes in, collects them, picks up anything I miss.
I was gonna say, I also find the little teeny tiny things that I get with my pinchy fingers that he didn't get.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that next bed. We'll continue working our way through here. We have yet to see if this fig tree's coming back. It's got these little buds. We'll see if the winter got it or if it's just a late bloomer.
Well, can't you just snip one of these and see if it's green?
I don't want to. I want them all to grow leaves.
I need you to grow.
Strawberry talk with Jamie.
All right, of all the things that we planted last year, this is the only thing in the garden come back. It's jack strawberries. They're spreading. There's one way over there that we did not plant because these send out roots. So I think we might do a couple more just to fill it in, but in a couple of years, this is just gonna be full and we're gonna have to separate.
I'm all right with that. They've already got blossoms. We're under freeze warning, but strawberries are pretty tough. They can last the winter and come back.
Yeah.
Oh, among all these weeds that I thought might have some herbs, the only thing we had left was sage, and it looks like it's rooted from like an old stock. So that's something I didn't know about sage. We had basil.
So this isn't cilantro?
No, that's not cilantro.
Don't need it.
We had basil and dill and cilantro and sage in here, and the only thing back this year all on its own is sage.
And that comes from the roots?
I think so, because look over here, this one, it's all woody underneath, like a little stalk, and it's sage, so I think it comes back. The chickens love it when it's time to weed the garden, and I love it too, because it cuts way back on our feed bill, and the eggs are tastier, I think. Jimmy had to run and go take kids to stuff after school activities. I got a game I got to get to with Jack here in a minute. But the garden is mostly weeded. We still have all this grass along the fence for about 3/4 of the length. I'm saving that for another day. I am done with that hula hoe today, and I might weed whack this down. That way I can get to it real easy with the roots and not be fighting all those long stems. All right, it is time to tackle this strip of grass. This is the easiest way. I like to just leave it long, gets most of the roots. I'll probably have to come back up in here and do it again. because these roots, some of these roots run like 4 or 5 feet up under the ground, and they shoot grass up everywhere they are. So, but it goes pretty quick. Except for when it grows in the fence. Might have to get the hula hoe on some of this. See how that just broke? This root right here just goes way under there. Oh, here's a good example. That's not even the end of it. It just broke. All right, all that grass is out finally. That has been the hardest thing that we've done. That was a bear. Pretty much have to do it every other year because the grass just creeps in from the lawn. But it's done. This is wagon load number 3 of grass today, and we're gonna go ahead and wait a day. Well, we'll probably wait a week. We're gonna go ahead and wait about a week before we plant. The mountains got some fresh snow last night, so this is one of those things that you just gotta wait for Mother Nature.
In case you're wondering, Jack is over there watching Mariah Elizabeth on YouTube because he is tired of climbing the mountain. In case you hear it in the background. I want all of these trees to go because they're blocking my view. And we'll eventually just like terrace this down.
I need you to come haul these limbs and pull them down towards the road.
That sounds like a blue job. I don't even have gloves.
We'll make fence posts out of them.
All right, I'll help. Jack, and when Dad's done, I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna pile these over this cactus. In case anybody's wondering, I hate cactus. If we ever wind up spending an extensive amount of time out here, I will dig it all up.
So we're at that point where we're going to soon need to furnish the cottage. Jamie likes the look of this couch here. It does have a small little hole and some stains, but I think I can patch that up and make it look pretty good with just like some hot glue and a patch behind. But it does have a hide-a-bed in it, which is also a bonus for a small Airbnb like we're trying to do. All right, we're back in the cottage. Couple little things, you know, can we call it demo? Can we not? I've got all these screws and nails and just enough of this stuff stuck to weird places and in the cracks and drywall dust and things coming down. I'm gonna work on getting everything out of this ceiling except for the HVAC unit and all of the duct work, but most of the gunk is out from up there. I've got it all vacuumed and swept out. There's a little bit over here. I gotta cut that board out. I think I'm gonna just get rid of it. But pulling nails and screws out right now. And then I wanna go back. We're gonna start putting some beadboard back up in the top here. This is the part where you get to watch me struggle and struggle and struggle. And there's not really much to see once I get the board up there. But then this vent was in my way. I don't know, I think that's, once we get it all painted, I think that's gonna be a pretty cool look. I might have to do narrower runs where it's just one per so I can slide it up in. And then, yeah, I think I might have to just go one rung per, which is gonna be more cuts, but not super huge. I'm gonna try to end right here on the rafter tie. So, and I may really have to reinforce those boards. This one here is a little wiggly. So this is a much shorter piece. Let's see how hard it fights me. I think I'm just gonna come in from over on this other side and just poke it in there. Oh no, like half an inch off. Not even half an inch, like a quarter of an inch. All right, I'm gonna go sit that back down and get this back up in here. Spring's hitting over here at the 40. And Jamie is excited about some flowers she found over here.
Like, maybe we should put the cabin over here.
Actually, this is a really good spot.
These are good looking.
There's 2 bees.
We actually have a lot of these.
Smell good.
Yeah. Oh, there's like a skull in there. People often ask, do we have dangerous animals up here?
Yes, we do.
The answer to that is yes.
Step on that brake.
There she goes. Watch out for the big rocks, sweetie.
That's a good ride. Oh,
That's better.
and a bumpy.
So my dad's driving tractor for me, and I am loading up all the limbs we trimmed off these trees to clear enough space. I've actually only cut out about, probably 10 trees now, including the spot up there where we flattened out. But all these limbs here, we're gonna pile them up, and these are my fence posts. We'll trim all these little branches off, and that's what I'm gonna build the fence with. So we're gonna put them in a location by the front entrance of the property where we come in at, where the fence is gonna go, and we'll process them over there.
All right, so we're out in the garden today. I went in the shop and pulled a whole bunch of seeds. We've got some flowers in here, some corn, peppers. I like multicolored peppers. I might have to get some seeds elsewhere because there's a few, like, we don't have any tomatillos.
Yeah,
So
those heirloom beefsteaks are gonna be delicious.
yeah, these were really good last year. So we'll just get started. I think we'll just do tomatoes right now.
Oh,
and then we'll go from
garlic
there.
chives. Do those taste like garlic?
I have no idea. Enjoyed for its mild garlic flavor and delicate white flowers, a perfect addition to bouquets, salads, dips, and soup.
All right. Okay, well, I'm gonna turn these over. As you can see, we got weeds popping up already. I had this nice and beautifully cleaned out. We're just gonna knock them down all summer long, and hopefully they stay away by the time we get to like June or July.
Just because.
Okay, so Jamie's got this bed all turned over. She just did this with the hula hoe. I usually grab my 3-prong rake and just get them all nice and neat, but the hula hoe worked.
That's not very neat.
No. So what are you planting here?
Tomatoes. Do you want me to just rake it with the big rake?
No, it's fine. So we're doing it. You got that turned up plenty good. We're doing tomatoes here because, as you can see, full sun pretty much all day. Last year, my neighbor, we had the plum trees, and my neighbor keeps this trailer here, and the tomatoes were right here in this bed, and they did okay, but we think they could do better with a lot more sun. We're gonna put something that likes part shade in here. And the strawberries are just going. They just popped right back up, and we're gonna already have strawberries here pretty quick. We got my mom here. She's like, look, you got volunteers. I told her to just hula hoe them all up. They're volunteer weeds at this point. We're putting new stuff in. What's the spacing on those? Does it say 3 feet on the beefsteaks? Because last year our
18 inches.
18 inches.
These are Jubilees.
Oh, they're the Jubilees. Are those heirloom too?
I don't know. They're
Oh, those are like
they are
orange.
heirloom.
Okay. I'm just trying to keep track of all the heirloom because last year we kind of lost track and I didn't know what seeds to save
You'll have
and
to
which
watch
ones to
this
not.
video.
Yeah, I'll have to come back and watch the video.
I definitely have more seeds than is needed for this little bed, so.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
Let's see if they plant.
yeah, we're going to get a lot of sunflower volunteers over there.
Whatever happens. So I only used 2 packages. I just did 2 of the heirlooms because I like those the best.
So did you do the beefsteak? Which ones did you do?
I did the beefsteak and those like yellow ones.
Oh, okay, so we've got the Jubilee and beefsteaks in there.
Yeah.
Well, those will be delicious.
But we need to, this year last year the kids planted the cantaloupes by the watermelons.
The Jubilee were the ones that were like all the fun color when you cut inside of them.
Were they?
I think so. All right, so what are you doing little watermelon here?
Sure. I don't know, it's little. People think that there has to be like a real real fancy way to plant stuff. You literally just drop the seeds in the ground, cover it with dirt, pat it, and say a prayer. There you go. It's not that hard. I used to be like worried about like perfect spacing. If more comes up than you want, then you just pull it.
Or fertilize it and water it more and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's good. If you have extra seeds, you just throw them out.
Not in my gravel though.
And then if they grow, you know you got volunteer plants.
All right, there goes one of the tubs. We are gonna go put them in the garden. I've got another one over here. They've just been sitting here in front of the barn here, and it doesn't look very good over here. So, and that'll make it so I can back my trailer up farther too. Oh, he's out in the road. All right, my mom's over here on the pad. She's putting seeds in. I'm just taking the back of the rake and dragging a little line. These only need to be 1/4 of an inch deep. And she's doing onions right now, about every 2 inches, and then we'll just dust a little dirt over the top. And then next to it, we're gonna do carrots. We like to do our root veggies together. If the onions taste like carrots or the carrots taste like onions, it'll be great. We love them both ways. We've got a big long row all along the fence line. You can see I've got it dug up. Jamie, what are you planting over there? Oh, Jamie's putting in peppers right there. My mom just put some cantaloupes way at the back by that apple tree, and then we're gonna get some corn going. Along here, we're gonna do, it's too late for peas. We should have planted peas like back in March, but we're gonna do green beans, and we might do some squashes that climb this fence. Just a little update, Jamie's fancy roses are leafing out. They're doing really well. We are doing corn back here again. It grew really well back here, and we have enough fertilizer because this is where the chicken coop used to be. It really loved it, so we're gonna go with it again. Probably could plant corn for 4 or 5 years here with how much fertilizer's in this dirt.
Well, the chicken house used to be right here. So
yeah, the chicken coop was right here, and they used to roost in this. You see this stump? There was, what was that,
it was a snowball.
A snowball bush. It died, so now we just have a stump, but the chickens used to roost in it, so like all this dirt right here is prime. All right, I have a variety of sunflowers. These are the same ones that Jack and I put out at the property. I'm a little sad about the ones at the property. They all came up, they were doing great, and it looks like something came through and just ate the heads off of them. I don't know what it was, but these ones here, this is a mix. Some are gonna be tall, some are gonna be short, but we are gonna plant them all along here the rest of the way down, all the way down there with sunflowers, and we're gonna put them up in the front by where we put those tubs too. All right, so we just got back from the hardware store, and I grabbed a couple little cherry tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes did so good up against the fence last year that we actually had enough that we had to can them, several quarts of them. So these are in here with the rest of the tomatoes. I just kind of put them on the far corners away from each other, and then there's some tomatoes that'll fill in there. But I was over here by the little grapes that we planted last year, and something of note, oh, we got a bug on them already. Looks like we're gonna get some grapes. I'm hoping within a year or two with lots of water and fertilizer that these grow up over this trellis. They are already starting to enjoy it and climb. So it's 2 weeks later on the garden. We got random volunteer sunflowers all over the place. I'm doing some touch-up weeding to get this grass out of the gravel. It'll be a constant fight, but it's worth it, and the gravel makes it really easy.
We didn't plant anything in here, but there are tomatoes all over.
We planted a bunch of heirloom tomatoes in here last year, and apparently they've seeded themselves.
Yeah, so I guess I did have something planted.
But we are gonna do a mix of like wildflowers and...
I can't reach that, so can you reach the weeds that are in there? And then
yeah, we have this volunteer rose bush back here that might get chopped out. We were gonna remove these trees, but we didn't get around to it. They still might go.
But we gotta be careful. Get in the garden. I thrifted these seeds at the Goodwill, and I'm just gonna sprinkle them in here. Just for kicks and giggles, to see what happens. I just need Zeb to grab that weed, and then, because if you don't pull out the weeds and you don't really know what you're planting, then it's
Everything looks like a weed.
Yeah.
We've had a few people ask us how the fig tree fared, and we were worried it was dead, but I trimmed off a little clipping earlier and it was still green inside. It's June 4th and we're finally starting to get leaves. It just had to wait for it to really warm up, but it did survive the winter. We didn't cover it or anything and just let it hang out because I wanted to see if it would survive. If it didn't, I probably would have replanted something else here, but it looks like it's gonna come back. Jamie's most excited about these strawberries. She wants this whole bed to just fill in completely with strawberries, and it's looking pretty good. We planted, what, 5 plants in here last year?
Yeah,
5 or 6 strawberries?
Yeah, they've spread out, and then we added 3 new ones this year, but we're getting like a whole bunch of suckers. We're getting a whole bunch of suckers. They're just spreading everywhere, so.
Yeah, look at these send down roots everywhere they go, and up comes a new little strawberry plant.
Yep. And they're nice, big. Look at how big that strawberry
Yeah,
is.
she's like, look how big my strawberry is. Thanks for hanging out with us in all our various projects. Spring/entry of summer is always super busy. Kids are getting out of school and the garden's going in.
It's everyday weeding situation happening, especially over at the shop. Things are starting to pop up. I love that we have volunteer tomatoes from those heirloom seeds. Follow along with us, see how our garden grows. If you like gardening, construction, and just general life updates, be sure to follow along, and we'll see you on the next episode.